Am I making a terrible decision? Hi, today I am wondering if I should be selling off my modest yet very thought out eurorack system, which is a 7U intellijel 104 case that I've slowly have tweaked and modified over the years to the point where it's made sense for me and it's working for me. However, I've been really second guessing if eurorack at the end of the day is the right choice for me. It is really time consuming when you start getting into the constant setup changes and the search for new modules and what you're going to change other modules for. I've sold and gotten rid of modules that I love to make room for new stuff, which has been really good for me because at one point it was just adding and adding to the case. And realistically, it got overwhelming, it got very expensive. So my new rule for the last couple of years has basically been, if I want something new and I need to fit it in the case, and I have too much things in there, I gotta get rid of something in order to make room. If it's something I absolutely love and I really am hesitant on getting rid of, I've put a couple modules off to the side, held on to them for a couple months until I fully have decided that I can let them go. But lately, I've been thinking about the intellijel cascadia. At first, when this came out, I was a little bit underwhelmed for the price point of what you were getting with that unit. It seemed a little bit more like a bread and butter sort of synth. Maybe it is. Personally, I haven't spent much time on it. It's been a lot of researching and just thinking about it lately. Maybe something like an ARP 2600 could be comparable to it, but I think there's a little bit more going on with this instrument, and I'm really on the fence if I should be selling off most of my eurorack, keeping my intellijel Tropolix sequencer because I do love having like an analog style sequencer, and that one is really great. The only other module that I was considering keeping is my After Later Audio Barber or Barbershop mixer, and the reason I want to hold on to that is because it has DJ style cueing, and if I did want to play live every once in a while, it's really handy for that. I'm using that with the 1010 Music black box, in which I am feeding riffs from the modular into the black box. That's been a pretty cool thing to do. Yes, you do need headphones, but it allows you to sort of, make sure you're happy with a sound before you give it to the audience. So I am really on the fence if I should just commit to the cascadia, being that it has two oscillators, it has two filters, it has LFOs, it has all these utilities. It'd be nice to maybe rent one or try one out and just kind of see if it's worth committing to this idea of mostly leaving eurorack, because just kind of selling it all is a really tough decision for me. But it's one of the first instruments where I've definitely considered maybe this is really all I need. Obviously, the lure that if you have a eurorack system, you can always just try new stuff and swap things out and get latest modules. But there's something to be said for a self-contained and purely like designed system that can maybe give you better results. I just think that it's a rabbit hole that may never end, and if I could just keep a couple modules that I think would pair really well with the cascadia, like a sequencer, and like I said, just my little mixer that I could use live. I could also use just a DJ mixer live, but if I'm playing a gig that doesn't have a DJ mixer, it's a very big, heavy thing to bring. Other than that, I think I want to try to commit to just like an all-in-one system, leaning that this might be the smarter choice for me going forward. And if that's the case, it will mean that I'm mostly leaving the eurorack world, because I can't see myself wanting to really rebuild a system again. I think that would be a lot of hassle, and I really don't want to have to do that. So let me know what you think. Have you tried the cascadia? And help me make a decision.